Paving the Way podcast. Welcome to 5 Minute Mondays with your host, Medusa. Come listen to some fascinating stories, affirmations, wisdom, and even a few interviews of people that have paved the way and are paving the way in their journey of success. Listen to their timeline of adversities from traumas to triumph, and also listen to some guidance of life and even a few workshops of living your best life, digging deep and understanding the science of happiness, learning how to bounce back, the art of being present, 7 reasons to be mindful, the power of gratitude, and so much more. Paving the Way podcast with your host, Medusa.
Hey everybody, hello and welcome to 5 Minute Mondays, Paving the Way podcast with your host, Medusa. Yay! I am so glad that you're here and that you showed up and that you clicked and you're listening. Don't touch that dial yet. Hold on, we got a great one. We have a good one this week. It's called Slow Drip. Yes, it's part of the yearly sessions that I'm having, and you're going to love it. Absolutely love it. So I hope you guys are doing well and gearing up for this wonderful Easter weekend. I don't know who celebrates it out there, but I always did as a child. Well, tried to anyway. And growing up, I've always enjoyed it. I go to church when I can on Sunday, and especially during this time. And that is my choice. And I respect and totally support everybody's belief of what they do and don't. And because we are all different. We are all different in what we believe. But it doesn't change how good of a human is just because of their religious beliefs. So stick that in your pipe and smoke it. All right, guys. So if you haven't tuned in before, I'm glad that you're here. Somebody must have told you about this awesome podcast and you're here checking it out. So that's a good thing. So make sure you hit the like button and subscribe. You can also go and give your responses and your tutorials or your testimonials, on the YouTube, which is Medusa as well. And I interact on there and have fun and answer questions. So what this is intermittently I'll do my little lessons. I'm also a licensed or basically certified life coach, a transition life coach. And transition means into anything. It could be relationships. It could be financial. It could be job, career. It could be decluttering. It could be yard work. It could be your pets transitioning, right? Or death or love, all of it. And transitioning is one of the most remarkable times from point A to point B. It is. And so being a life coach is very rewarding, doing the transition life coaching. And it has been so rewarding for me to listen to other people's stories and help guide them and educate them and into their next phase of life. Oh my gosh, so rewarding, right? And where do you find this and where can you have me as a coach? Well, I have an online course that has been up and I just took down because I'm revamping it and adding more things, and it will be up soon and I will let you know again. Also, if this is your first time, grab a journal. That's what this is all about. Journaling, right? Journal. You're going to love a journal because if you keep this journal just for this or other things in life, I have like 5 different journals. Journal for this, journal for that, and I kind of just like put them all together and you can make a book. You never know. You could write a book later with all your journals, right? That's what's exciting. So just think of it as a personal diary. Remember those? I mean, did anyone do diaries back when they were kids? Maybe, I don't know. Do they still have them? I think so. So grab a journal, and if this is your first time, this is lesson 10, and so go back and listen to all 9 and catch up, and then you'll be right where we are at. And so do like a quick burn of all the 9 and just have fun. And so what I do, you'll love it, because I have like practices, and then I give you your journal revealings on what to do and what to write down, and you're going to absolutely dig it, because all it is no right or wrong. It's just you writing what you feel and think and want to try and or experienced and change and help you as a person. So now let's dig in deep, but before we do, I want to let you all know that you can go to the new revisedmedusa.com. That's MADUSA.com. And on there, you'll see all the merchandise section and all the great stuff on there. And you'll see the new t-shirts. They're F.I.T. fit, fearless, intelligent, and tough. Or it can be feminine, intelligent, and tough. It can be fuck you, intelligent and tough. Whatever you're feeling, right? So those are for all of my warriors out there, and hopefully those t-shirts are up, because I'm selling them right now over this podcast, and I need they're supposed to be up. I better double check. Anyway, if not, you'll see a bunch of other stuff. Fear, there's a new t-shirt up there called Fear, F.E.A.R. So face everything and rise. That one is a huge, great seller. And you'll see just a whole myriad of things and it's just wonderful. So let's circle back and let's get right into lesson 10, which is a slow drip. All right. So first of all, I want to start off with this. To make a deep physical path, we walk again and again. To make a deep mental path, we must think over and over the kind of thoughts we wish to dominate our lives. Isn't that amazing? I love that. So here we start. And let's see. I am going to start, let's see. So this is kind of like a slow drip, okay? And if y'all are familiar with everything, you'll know what this means, okay? So for years, I've wanted to devote more time to one of my first loves. And that's been writing. And when I found the person to finally get together and write my biography, and they loved my story and found the publisher, I jumped to the opportunity to write with them and publish with them. But not really. I kind of had, not exactly. So I just didn't dive in. I kind of dripped in. And I kind of put, kind of felt it out a little bit and moved it around, and I kind of sat back and I thought about it and hemmed and hawed, and I waited and waited. I kind of thought, well, is this really a good idea? And then started to think otherwise, like, oh no. I just kind of expanded and I contracted, and finally I just said, hell yeah, I'm going to do this. And then I talked myself into a yes. And then I said, oh, hell no. And then I'm telling you, after all of the back and forth, I finally just said, cut through the frickin' clutter and the clatter and the noise in my head. And I was just able to cut through the noise and remember to adopt my slow drip process, which in this case looked something like this. Okay, so after the conversations and everything and what would happen and what would take place and how it would take place and what they needed and me as a person and the writing and all the commitments and blah, 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 I checked my calendar and made sure I was free to commit myself. And then I considered whether I had enough, like, content, like even my, like, considered if I'm even worthy enough to have a biography, right? And then I sat there and watched my mind play games and it self-deprecate. Did I say that right? I hope I did. I always freak out because my husband says I do, and then I say, "Oh, that's right. My real name is Deborah," so I say self-deprecate. Well, I knew it isn't self-deprecating, but it's kind of ironic because I always would self-deprecate and, whatever. Okay, so I just would watch my mind would play games and my heart would just tear it apart and try to derail all of my efforts and like, oh no, I'm not worthy and it's just no one's going to buy it and oh my God, just self-loathing. Just anyway. So I just kind of had to breathe, and just let things allow and face the fears, the objections, the tightness, the resistance to come and go without judging, and until the stuck energy starts to lighten and lift. And then I just had to take the step by calling up and said, hey, yes, I'm ready. I'm interested. Absolutely. And then, so there are some key words here, okay? And it is the process, the 6-word process of what to do before you do, right? Which I kind of love. It is check, consider, watch your mind, breathe into and let it go, let it allow, take the next step, and then just keep repeating that a couple times. And then until your mind starts ranting again, yikes, I'm doing this, oh my God. I can't do this. Oh my God, this. Bullshit. Just go back, keep going over, and it'll come together. And remind yourself, right? Kind of like drip, 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 drip. Right? What is this? It's called slow drip. So, now, maybe my example is just too big for some people to, is a big challenge for some people. Maybe you guys have other situations, right? And for you guys to, contemplate. So maybe all you want to do is to remember to turn off the lights when you leave a room. Like my husband's like, Dad, are you still in the office because the light's on? That's my cue to go turn off the lights. Well, I'm like, okay, I get it. So maybe it's just a a reminder to turn off the lights or find a home for your reading glasses and put them away on a regular basis. When you break it down into like small doable conscious steps, the slow drip method works for that too. Maybe that's what we need to do, is just start with small things, drip, 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 and just slowly get into that and work your way up to the bigger things, right? If it's like caffeine you want to reduce from your daily intake, for example, your slow drip steps might look something like this. So set the intention in the morning to drink one less cup or sip of coffee a day.